invincible.
Can't look you in the face. I don't wanna have to lie. I wanted this love to survive. Now when I look in your eyes, I feel paralyzed. Now I know it's over. I see you passing by, hand in hand, with your perfect light. My body goes numb, feels like someone cut my tongue. I didn't know a heart could die this young. Oh, now when I look in your I feel paralyzed.
Alright, I think we got it. Alright, nice. Alright, beautiful. Ooga booga. Yeah, that's what I call it. I haven't gotten your audio in. Got it. Alright, ow, nice. Ow, 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 ow. Nope, we're gonna turn that down until I can get that way. Because I literally had YouTube going along with it, so. Yeah. Alright, oh, great. Here we go again with this. Here, we're just gonna do this. Alright guys, welcome to the podcast if you haven't been with us ever. Podcast is basically what we do is just I don't know. We talk, yeah. Oh great. Oh, the image is all messed up. There we go. But alright, so we have an actually pretty special topic that me and David have been actually working on recently. And it's actually a pretty cool topic. I like the topic because it it's happened to me like for ever now.
A long time.
Yeah, that's why I don't play Rust anymore. And what it is basically the graphics card, the RTX 2080 and 2070s.
And the TI.
Yeah, the TIs, yeah, mainly. They were actually having problems to where that they stopped putting them on the shelves. And
things were crashing.
And things were crashing.
Loading.
And it was just horrible. And there was one which I recently just picked this up. I try to pull it up it was on the RTX website. Right? And it was about somebody literally opened the box, right? And the fans were taken off of it.
I didn't hear about this.
Yeah, this is because I literally researched this. Like, this morning, like, because I literally went on the subreddit for RTXs to see how much they would be in the past years. You know? but somebody literally found it in without the fans. Like, I don't understand why.
I wouldn't get why they would just take it off and sell it to the customer.
Well, I don't even know why. What, like, I mean, think about it here. Like, you get graphics cards, right? Or something, anything for that matter. And it's either broken or something. Like, that can happen. And it happens all the time.
Mm. Yeah, I'm just.
Um,
I'm doing
and actually, there was something else, which I don't even know if this one was true. But this one was talking about they were exploding. Something was exploding. I don't know what it was. But, something was, and basically what it was talking about was they were exploding. And that kind of reminded me of the, what was it called? The Note 7s or whatever. The Samsung Note 7s, the Galaxy Note 7s. Like, and it was confusing. Because is a graphics card really going to explode? You know, if it's not like a phone. It's not like it has that big of a battery, you know? So that kind of confused me.
The memory.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
it
that's
could be anything, really. But, like, the main thing is that, like, apparently they were exploding, like, legit exploding.
Mm-hmm.
Not like a car engine explodes, like it's just a minor burst or a piston popping out or something like that, you know? This was, like, blowing up inside the computer. But that was on Reddit, which, you know, usually Reddit tries to dramatize things, so, I mean, you know.
Like always.
But, and then there was corrupted files. What was it called? They were giving out drivers that had corrupted files in them. And the thing is that what was happening was, like, people were downloading these drivers, and then the drivers had corrupted files, and then corrupted files basically spread, and then sometimes can get to your motherboard. What?
Your graphics card does not work.
Yeah, and then it can even spread to your motherboard, so on and so forth. And
magical stuff.
Yeah, well, I remember that we were talking about that we should explain what graphics cards are to the people who do not know. So David, take it away.
Alright, so graphics cards. They're like CPU. You should know what CPU is if you took computer class. You should.
If you don't know what a CPU is a core processing unit, and it's the brain of the whole entire computer.
Yep, and then motherboard, of course, you have RAM. RAM is the things that, you know, you take that away. I'm not good at explaining things. I'm not good at explaining things, but I can explain the graphics card.
Okay, explain the graphics card, and I'll explain the nitty-gritty.
The graphics card is basically what makes the computer have a kick to what it can do. It can make it go farther than what it was standard with, if that makes any sense.
Okay, and then I'll explain the nitty-gritty. So basically, it hooks up to your motherboard, which the motherboard is basically the king of the whole.
It's the thing that you can plug everything else into.
Great. It's basically your transportation from your CPU all the way over to your graphics card to your RAM. RAM is basically how fast your computer can go, and so on and so forth.
The more RAM you have, the more powerful it can go.
Yeah. And so basically, GPUs are a very standard thing, and it's a main thing. Like, there's integrated, and if you take out your graphics card, you'll still basically have integrated graphics, I'm pretty sure, within a desktop.
That's if your desktop isn't so crap that it doesn't even have it, but most of all computers will have integrated graphics.
Which integrated graphics aren't good, but you know, it will make sure that you know what you could see what you're doing if you don't have a graphics card, or if your graphics
integrated graphics is to where you can actually go on your computer go on the web and search something up, and it won't take 10 million years to load.
Mm-hmm. But if you need to uninstall your drivers, don't worry. Like, you'll still be able to see with your integrated graphics and all
You'll
that.
still be able to do everything.
Yeah. All right, moving forward. But I mainly wanted to talk about what my graphics card does, and
Ooh.
David's like, ooh,
Ooh.
ooh, ooh.
Ooh.
So if I go into my file manager and I go to my disk, alright, and then we go to app data.
Yeah, I remember some people don't know what file manager is.
Oh yeah, file manager. Okay, File Explorer is basically where everything on your computer is. All your memory, all your files that you've downloaded, no matter what, it literally is in that one little thing.
Shows you the nits and grits inside of the computer.
Like, you know, I'll do something that I don't usually do, which I shouldn't really do.
Share your screen, I'm guessing.
Is show my screen. Show my whole entire File Explorer. So this is File Explorer. If you don't know what that is, all right. I'm pretty sure it's in my AMD files. Oof,
Most likely.
No, I'm trying to find it. I don't even remember where it went. Because they took out the Wattman, so I can't go to the graphics and all that stuff. So common files. ATI. Oh, you know what I can do? I can go ATI XX. Oh, I saw it. ATI 60. Alright. ATID XX64.dll. And David, I'm not too sure on what DLL files are, so go ahead with that if you know those.
I haven't really messed around with DLL files, but DLL files is basically what your computer reads in order to run that specific thing.
Alright, yeah.
Like
I've
if you
never
were,
messed around
like-
with DLL files either, because, you know, if you mess around with a DLL file and something goes wrong, then your whole entire
If
computer
you remove
starts
one
stuttering.
thing, a whole other sequence of other things could happen.
Mm-hmm. And keeping on track, basically what was happening is that these things were just being taken off the shelves, and people weren't buying them, but people who have bought them had these broken graphics cards, right? And they didn't want to give refunds.
Yeah, I mean the AMD didn't want to give them refunds.
No, nobody wanted
AMD
to
is a company that sells the graphics cards.
and Nvidia.
That too.
But Samsung apparently was making these. And
Memory.
yeah, they were
Memory.
making a memory. Which the problem is that the specs, right? Oh, here it is. System 32.
GDDR6. VRAM. VRAM is the stuff that's inside the graphics card that can make that run faster if you really need to.
Alright.
Clarifying it.
Yeah, I found it. It's System 32 and System 32 driver store file repository. And all that stuff. Maybe I should go into CMD and type delete System 32.
Jesus. Delete System 32. Oh my god.
And
System 32. Yeah.
And so basically, Samsung made this, which was actually confusing because Samsung's never done that. You know, they've never made anything, gone out with anybody else, and, you know, worked on that kind of thing with them.
They're never parting it out to other companies.
Never.
The only thing is like the RAM or the CPU that's inside the phones.
And
Which is the Snapdragon CPU. If you don't know what it is, search it up.
And basically, they were making this new type of RAM called It's DDR6. And I don't know what DDR stands for actually. What does DDR stand for? Does it even stand for anything?
If there is, I've never known.
Everybody has always referred to it as a DDR6 or DDR.
DDR.
Just DDR in general. There's nothing. I don't think there's a definition to it or any other thing.
Oh, It's a double data rate.
Oh, okay. Well, you don't. Even better.
The more you know.
Ta-na-na-na. Okay.
Definitely
Well, I think
just
this is
search that up.
I think this is it. I think this is the one right here or in here. I can't open these. I don't think you actually can open them. Actually,
Want to open the DLL files?
I'm actually doing it right now.
I can't see it, so.
Nothing.
No.
Yeah, there's nothing. So basically, if I delete, no. But basically what was happening is that, with my graphics card, is that this file right here, this ATIDXX64.dll, is causing a lot of problems. And the problem with it is that, actually, ooh, I found it. But I don't think this is the one, because there was supposed to be multiple of them in one folder. Oh, god dang it, I don't have to go through
So,
this.
like, alright, so RAM is only maxed out at DDR4, but GDDR,
The RTX
Which is-
2080s and 2070s are actually running now DDR6, which nobody was ever actually working on DDR5. DDR5 wasn't even being, like, compatible. Nobody was, you know, to my knowledge, nobody even,
I mean, the graphics cards ran on DDR5.
oh, here we go, I got something.
GDDR5.
Alright, it's a bunch of code. I'm not going to explain all this.
6 is the upgraded version of 5. Okay.
Ah, here it is. This is the file that is messing up. So this file right here is the whole entire mess up of everything.
Basically a kick in the butt to the whole entire thing.
Yeah, this is a system file, and if I mess with it, then the whole entire thing just goes.
You would have to reinstall Windows.
I would have to
Or
reinstall
actually,
my
no.
whole entire life.
No, you would actually have to reinstall the drivers and then
And then do everything else, which I don't feel like doing it.
wipe
But,
that file. That means clear it off your computer.
I mean, if I did that, then everything would
Re-
probably fix itself, but you know.
I mean, if he just, did the AMD, if you remove that, and then he would put the card, take the card back out, restart his computer, put it back in, and reinstall all the graphics, he could probably make it work, but
I doubt it. Because it's uploading the same file, and then the code's gonna be still the same, as shown on here. This is all the code that's stored within the,
did you ever know there was GDDR5X?
Yeah, I heard about that, actually. I was, looking at that the other day. And what basically DDR6 is after DDR5X, I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
And DDR6 is something that has never been explained, really, but I think DDR6 is the highest that you can go right now.
For graphics cards.
Yeah, and graphics-wise.
For RAM, for
RAM,
the
I think it's DDR5.
motherboard, that's maxed out at DDR4.
Oh, is it?
DDR4 is for the dedicated memory.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Alright.
And GDDR is graphics dedicated.
So basically, what was going on with it is that the specs on it were kind of iffy. They were so apparently DDR6 is a chipset that has like 2 on each
2
chip.
gigs on it.
2 gigs of each chip, and there were apparently 11 chips, right?
Mm-hmm.
11 chips.
There were 11 gigs.
11 gigs. So times 2, that's obviously 22, right? That's 22 gigs of VRAM. Which doesn't really make sense, because, you know, that's not really a big difference than normal graphics cards. Like, I think the 1080, like, has even more, doesn't it?
I'm gonna find out real quick.
32 gigs, maybe? And basically, they were even running this thing. It's not running by 3D graphics. It doesn't run as 3D graphics. It does this thing called ray analyzing, right? Ray tracing.
The RTX series. Ray
Yeah.
tracing, yeah.
The Microsoft with Direct 13 or whatever.
DirectX. Or no, Direct 12.
No, Direct 13. Or no. It's Microsoft Ray Tracing, Direct Ray Tracing API or whatever.
That's the ray tracing is the movement of light and.
Yeah, it's the movement of light and all that stuff. And I think they were working on something. It was Microsoft released it in March, and the RTX uses that. And so basically, what it means is that it doesn't worry about the 3D objects that is running around it, like, or whatever that is in the game. Like, say you're playing GTA 5, right? Okay. Or any other game that uses mainly 3D graphics, which is almost every game.
Creed, like a real dynamic.
Yeah, or even Minecraft for that matter.
Yeah.
Basically, say you're walking in Minecraft, and you come across a tree. The graphics card doesn't worry about the tree. Say the sun's behind it, okay? It worries about the sun's graphics than the tree. It doesn't worry about that. And say I have shaders, which shaders can be used to do all sorts of things. Shaders are usually meant to make the game look a lot more realistic and cinematic.
And a lot more blaring of colors.
And basically, it was mainly just to be used as really just something to make your game look a lot better, which I didn't use shaders really for a long time.
I didn't really use shaders.
I didn't use them at all either. I used them once actually because I needed it for a cinematic series I was gonna make, but that was it. And basically what happened is that it was like kind of messing with my graphics card, because my graphics card literally just can't handle small games or big games. It just can't handle.
It handles
anything.
the mild games.
It handles intermediate games, yeah. Like
Or
Uno.
mediocre.
If I play Uno or the Game of Life or Minecraft,
Left 4 Dead 2.
Minecraft can run it. 5M, which is used for DOJ, if anybody doesn't know. But it mainly runs off of GTA 5. GTA 5 usually tries to mess up, but 5M is mainly the whole entire component, because it runs even more. It forces a lot more off your graphics card. So that doesn't like my graphics card, because it always gives me this error called the DXGI device removed error. Basically, what that means is that there's a problem either with your drivers, or your graphics card was physically taken out. Which
Yep.
I don't think I'm gonna take out my graphics card physically. I don't think I want to do that every single day.
Yeah, no. And you're probably gonna be happy you're gonna get a new one.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be, at least.
Well, yeah.
I can't wait because it's supposed to be. I found the ultra silent one, which was like $500 or something. But I was like, no. I don't care about silent. My graphics card is loud enough. Or silent enough
you should
already.
hear my computer like, ooh, it's like a jet
I don't care
engine.
about that. As long, I like to know if I can hear something, then I know it's working.
Yeah.
I want to know
me-
that it's working.
For me, when I'm like playing games, I never hear that.
Yeah, because you have a silent graphics card.
I'm visually looking at it, and my ears are directed towards that sound. My ears are not directed towards the sound that's annoying, per se.
And I don't really care about the sound of the graphics card as long as I don't hear grinding. Now, if you hear grinding in your graphics card, you need to get a new graphics card immediately.
Or
get it
fix it.
replaced.
Or fix it your own self and risk breaking it. Either one works.
Yeah, I mean, that works, but it doesn't at the same time. It's a lose-lose if you try to fix that.
It's a 50-50 chance of you breaking it.
I would actually, no, I wouldn't say 50. I wouldn't say 50-50. I would say more of like a 70, maybe 30, maybe.
Mm.
I don't think that math actually worked at all.
I mean, if you watch Linus, yeah, you can do it 100% of the time.
Yeah, if you watch Linus Tech Tips, there you go.
I mean, he does have a chance of dropping it most of the time.
He likes to drop things.
He's a king of dropping stuff.
But he's really good at knowing his stuff about computer hardware. And he's even talked about the RTX 2080 and the 2070 like we are doing currently. But with the camera. We aren't doing cameras right now because, for one, it's dark.
I don't have one that works, so.
Yeah, my room is extremely dark, and plus I don't feel like messing around with my camera. And
yeah, my room is dark as dark can be besides the 2 monitors that are on.
Yeah, and if I get out I don't want to turn on my light because like I would have to
I don't
fix
want to turn on no light.
See, we work with theater stuff, and we have to work with lights, but at our home, nope.
Now we're like, yeah, we can only do
you
that.
will not see us work with lighting. I mean, I do work with a lot of sound. I usually make sure that everything looks really and sounds really good. Like right now, my room, I hate it how my room is because it's extremely echoey, and I can hear it in the videos, and I don't know why really because I have a lot of stuff in my room.
Yeah, like me, I am more the person who likes bass instead of stream. Not like this type of stream, like that I like more bass than there is just like no bass. And I like the feeling of it. But most people, if you don't like, if it's just like a mellow thing, I don't like it. I really don't know how to explain it, but...
Alright, and going back to one more subtopic, actually, of the graphics card.
Oh, we're going back to that now? Alright.
I mean, this is for assignments. I mean, you know, I want to keep it on track, kind of.
Yeah, I get
also, at the same time, this is for the channel, so, I mean, it's 50-50.
Yeah.
But, so basically, one more topic, actually, about the graphics card is, the specs. Now, David, can you pull up the specs? Because I'm going to pull up the specs also.
Yeah, give me a second. Oh, yay.
Because there's so many specs.
Let's go here.
Oh, here we are.
Around.
Like that.
One mobile.
You gonna show me, or you just gonna... There we go. View full specs. Alright, here we are. And then let me... F11. Then go to OBS.
CUDA cores.
Alright.
RTX OPs.
So, GeForce RTX 2080 Ti. So, we're going to be working right now on the RTX 2080 Ti Founders Edition product specs. So, NVIDIA CUDA cores are 4,352, and they're in the same for the reference spec for the 2080 Ti.
So, the boost clock is overclocked, alright.
Well, you know, we need to explain this kind of thing, these things. So, you ready to explain it?
Base clock is where the manufacturer puts that as a base clock, and then it's either up, like, you can either clock it, what that means is, to where you can change to about how fast or how slow it can go. But there's always a limit to where it could, like, crash, and you could not get back on, and you would have to go into the BIOS and change all that stuff.
And then there's this thing that's, it says, boost clock, 1635. OC, that stands for overclock. Right, I'm pretty sure.
Yep,
overclock. Overclock, yeah, you see, I know things, okay. Alright. So, that's 300 megahertz more. That's about 300 more megahertz than the usual. And yeah, for a boost. And then we go on to memory specs. So basically memory speed, obviously, I hope you no memory speed is.
Standard memory config is 11 gigs. DDR6, we already talked about this.
See, we already talked about that. So 14 gigabytes per second. Memory interface width 352-bit. I'm not actually too sure. David, can you take on over that? No, nothing. Okay. Yeah.
I've never learned about that.
I don't worry about that kind of thing. I'm not that kind of person. I don't even worry about the memory bandwidth really. So, but technology support. So this gives you a little bit of what it tells you.
Real-time ray tracing, which is real-time.
Ray tracing, we talked about that. And then we have the Ansel highlights G-Sync compatible game-ready drivers. But here's the big part: is Microsoft DirectX 12 API. So we were wondering, what did it run with? Did they make DirectX 13? No, they made this thing called DirectX API. David, I'm pretty sure you remember. Do you remember what it did? What it did? I think it's ray tracing support. It's mainly ray tracing support.
It's alright. DirectX 12 API is to where it's like regular old DirectX 12. The API is to where it could help it render the 2D and 3D graphics without like sketching it to where it could go below frames or above frames.
And that's
keeps it like a steady frame.
And that's the thing with it, is that it's supposed to help with 2D, 3D, but it also helps with ray tracing. And the thing is that the RTX obviously doesn't handle 3D graphics. It mainly goes with ray tracing. So, maximum digital resolution is 7,680 for 4320.
Almost 8K.
That's almost 8K. That's like about 4K, 60 frames per second, I want to say. Maybe 120.
Right.
Alright, here's the big part. The big part you want to know is maximum GPU temperature in Celsius. No. 89 degrees Celsius. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. For any graphics card, really, for that matter. Because my graphics card can handle even more. And so, I don't know why it's like this. Graphics card power, 206.
Can max out to 192.2 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah. And my graphics card can handle up to 210 degrees Fahrenheit.
So the graphics card max power is 260, but the recommended power supply that you should have in your computer is 650. Alright. Alright, so 8-pin to 8-pin.
Yeah, you want to explain that?
What, the 8-pin to 8-pin? Alright, so your power supply gives the main part of the whole computer. You have pins, to where pins are the things that draws the power from the power supply into the thing, and you can plug the pins into the motherboard. If that makes any sense, in that the power goes in through those into the motherboard and gives the power. But you also have the CPU power, which that is a separate plug for, and you have the GPU power that has another one on the actual graphics card.
Yeah.
The 8 to 8 pins, that means you have 2 8 pins that are supposed to go into it. And that would give it the recommended amount of power that's supposed to go into it. If that makes any sense. I don't know if it will, but if you have any questions, just search it up.
Or if you have any actual questions, that's actually what I was about to get to. Is anybody has any questions, then please put in chat. We'll be happy to read them. Obviously, I don't have chat pulled up for a second, so let me just. I didn't decide.
Perfection.
To do that. Don't worry, we're top YouTubers here. Don't worry. Here at That Guy Gamer 81, we're good YouTubers.
I might need to leave the room for a second. So.
Are you literally gonna leave the room?
Yeah, cause the rash I have, it's flaring up.
Oh, okay. Look at that. One of the main searches for my channel is that.
Yeah, I'll be right back. I gotta go put some medicine on. Crap.
Oh, my graphics card was messing up, but I mean, not graphics card. My keyboard on my Chromebook was messing up, but the enter key on YouTube doesn't work. So I'm gonna hide display capture for a few so I can get open to my analytics and my chat. And everybody, okay, nothing. Great. Alright. Well, actually, this is gonna be one of the main topics for the for our podcast. This is all, but we do have one more thing, and we'll be actually done. And this is something that we haven't talked about that, but I did want to bring it up, and is what I'm going to be doing with my channel in the next few months and / year. Once David comes back, we'll talk about it. So so yeah, I'll be right back with you guys. Alright, and we're back. Now this is something that David doesn't know that we're going to talk about, but this is something that I actually wanted to address within within my channel and all my subscribers. So basically what I'm going to be doing in the next, year or so, coming fall 2019, if you didn't know, or do not follow me on Instagram, which I think you really should, by the way. What are you doing? Link in the description. But, basically what's coming up is I'm making a series, and it's going to be in real life, and it's going to be a cinematic series with beautiful camera shots, and I'm not going to spoil the plot. I'm not going to tell anything. I already sent out stuff from my Instagram, so the only way you can see that is by following my Instagram. See, there's a little thing that you have to do to get the other thing, which, you know. So it's like subbing for subbing, you know, you have to sub to get a sub, and it's, nah, I don't know, don't worry about it. If you don't want to follow me, then that's fine. But if you do want to get, early updates on the whole entire thing, then that's what you need to do. Alright, so, basically what it's gonna be is, it's gonna be a real life series. It's not gonna be gaming, it's not gonna be anything else. It does have gaming involved, but it's not really anything to deal with gaming. It's not like I'm making a gaming series based upon a cinematic series or anything other than that. It's just going to be a cinematic series with a main plot and with a main storyline. It's an episodic cinematic series, and it's really, really deep if you're into that kind of thing. And deep is just, like, hits you in the heart, really. You make me choke for a second. But
No problem.
But the problem is that I don't know if it's gonna be something that y'all would like to see. Please give me feedback on what you want to really see in the series. I already know the ending for the series, which obviously I'm not going to spoil, but the main plot is beautiful. I think it's beautiful. It's a little cliche, but obviously I'm going to twist it to make sure that it's not cliche. So, yeah, that's basically what it's about. Well, not what it's about, but what it is. But other than that, there's nothing else we really need to address. I think that, I just want to say thank you, David, for being my partner in the assignment that was given to us. and all the teachers that are watching, thank you. And if anybody else is watching, thank you so much. And
For joining.
yeah, I'm gonna head out. I'm probably gonna record a little bit more before I get out, because I'm gonna be recording some videos for you guys before I can write more on the script. I am writing the script. Yeah, I know. Don't worry about it. It's fine. All right, it's coming. If you're excited about it, it's coming. Don't worry. I'm gonna start filming this winter, which is even better because it's winter. Look at that.
And cold.
Yeah, and I don't have snow, which I need snow for a certain thing that's within the series. So if I don't have snow, then we're not gonna have the series. Because it can't be a winter without snow. Kind of. I mean, look at California or Florida. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. And we're gonna head out. Have a good night, everybody.
Peace.